Hello everyone, it is Alex703 Rockstar. I am back. I haven't made a video in a while, mainly due to the fact that I'm like just a really lazy person and I haven't felt like making any videos lately, but I've watched a couple DVDs, but they're mainly best of DVDs and I don't really like reviewing those. Find it more difficult to rate and judge matches when they're not pay-per-views, which is strange, I know, but um that's just me. And I was watching Crazy Mike's video on The Undertaker Shawn Michaels, and he went in depth onto why it worked so well. And it was very inspiring, let's just say, because it was excellent. He's one of my favorite guys. Quickly, he's become one of my favorite YouTube shooters. Um, I'm at a loss for words. That's how good he is. So it inspired me to do a video on why the Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy feud has not worked so far. And people are either gonna say, "Oh my God, Matt and Jeff are great. They're my favorite wrestlers ever," or they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I hate Matt and Jeff Hardy. That's why they suck." No, I have to go more in depth than that because I feel the need to do this. So I guess let me just start right at the beginning. For starters, they were clearly trying to not copy, but maybe imitate the Brett vs. Owen feud from late '93 through '94. And this is the first problem. First of all, you're not going to copy that feud because it's not going to be nearly as good or as original as that. Second of all, that had a lot more build up and time than this had. This had no build up. And I'm not saying the match at WrestleMania had no build up, but there was nothing teasing Matt turning heel, let's just say. He turned heel at the Royal Rumble, and we all knew he would after he lost the ECW title. But there was nothing teasing it beforehand, so it seemed all very sudden and for no reason, and it was annoying because everyone expected Christian, and they pulled a swerve for the sake of pulling a swerve when Christian should have showed up there, which would have worked a lot better. Not that Christian is doing fine where he is, and it's been an unexpected. He's had an unexpectedly good chemistry with Jack Swagger, but I think he should have come in there. Would have gotten the biggest pop of the night. Um, so yeah, that's the first problem. Then after that, listen, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy aren't very good promo cutters. I think most everyone knows that. Their accent is annoying. Jeff comes off as whiny. And, Matt has really, I can see that he really, really is trying hard. So that I commend him for that. But I don't think he's just naturally a great promo man. And not that there's anything natural about WWE promos. They're so fucking scripted that it's not even like nothing improvised almost. And one thing that I have a complaint about in his first promo after the Royal Rumble on SmackDown, and this is something that I've noticed recently in a lot of promos that bothers the hell out of me, they play music during the promos. Now I understand SmackDown is taped and everything, but it's supposed to like get at least a somewhat live experience out of you watching it, and playing music is just so cheesy and horrible. It was just like, God, it took any emotion away from that promo, which was actually pretty good. So that took away from it. I was really pissed off at the music. So anyway, so this is not started off well, but people were still like, "Oh my God, it's Matt and Jeff Hardy." So it still had potential. Now here's where it dropped off. 2 weeks before No Way Out, all of a sudden they just forgot about the feud. Um, they just completely dropped it. Matt and Jeff would wrestle or whatever. They wouldn't mention it. It was weird. And those were 2 weeks that you could have spent building it up. Maybe it's that the writing team isn't creative enough to 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 fit more than 4 weeks or 3 weeks of build. But that was absolutely ridiculous. You don't just drop what's supposed to be a personal and big feud out of nowhere like that. And then at No Way Out, Matt wasn't even on the card, which is also ridiculous. It's like, way to get him credibility that he can't even make a pay-per-view card before he faces his brother at WrestleMania. So, and anyway, oh, and I have to plug this for a second because I was saying how the writers aren't creative enough. To read about writers, go to JimCornette.com, which is a newly launched website by Jim Cornette. Very cool stuff. His first article um is about the writers and bookers. It's quite interesting. I'll put a link in the sidebar or whatever. But anyway, now on to the feud. So Matt and Jeff kept building, whatever. They tended to do the same stuff I think same stuff every week. I think the highlight was actually when Matt had the dog. That actually was a decent idea. Whoever thought of that was yay. That was a decent idea because Jeff's dog died in the fire or whatever. So that was very cool. And then we had the match at WrestleMania, and this was where the feud completely died because, as I stated in my WrestleMania 25 review, this match was so horrible. It had no. You would think that they were just having a hardcore match just for the sake of it, for fun, because it had no psychology at all. They were just bashing each other mindlessly. I mean, freaking Matt Hardy used a vacuum cleaner. You don't use a vacuum cleaner unless it's for a comedy match. I mean, seriously. What? I mean, it's fucking ridiculous that the WWE would even have a vacuum cleaner under the ring. But, that's just stupid. And the match was horrible. The only cool thing was the ending. So whatever. Then they had a match on SmackDown the next week, which was a stretcher match. I thought it was quick for a rematch, but with Matt getting drafted the next week, then it all made sense. But the stretcher match was 1,000 times better than the WrestleMania match. There were some cool spots, but then again, it's like, I don't know. It just seemed very anticlimactic, all this. And then with then Matt Hardy gave Jeff a bunch of leg drops, and then now they're having an I Quit match at Backlash, with not much build since WrestleMania. Let me tell you, I mean, the promo Jeff Hardy cut this week was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, they were filming him from the bottom of a ladder looking up, and it was spinning in circles. How the fuck are you supposed to take that seriously? I mean, come on. So they're having an I Quit match at Backlash, which Backlash, by the way, looks horrible building up. The build-up has been horrible. I didn't know any of the matches except for the title matches in this card. I actually had to look them up, which is not good. So anyway, so they're having a match at Backlash, and this could be a good match, but something tells me it's going to end up like the WrestleMania match. Mindless bashing of weapons. Whatever. Some people, it suits some people, I guess, because they'll pull out like a chair, or no, they'll pull out a trash can, and they think that they're hardcore or whatever. I don't care. I want to see good matches, hardcore or not. And that is probably not going to turn out to be a good match. But anyway, this is interesting because I'm not sure who's going to go over. Because Jeff said has not re-signed his contract, which is due up in it finishes up in July. Now he just might be waiting to seek offers. But if he does want to leave, then this would be a good way to write him off, I guess. Finish him in the I Quit match. But since he does have to be here till July, I will venture to say that he will go over because he's lost the first two matches. He'll go over and Matt will go to Raw, where he'll get buried over the next year and will make less and less appearances as the year goes on. So whatever, this feud has not helped either of them. Jeff is still going to be over. Matt is going to die in the mid-card. Well, yeah, like there's a mid-card on Raw. And then Jeff will go on and move something else and we'll forget about it because that's what this feud has been. Truly, truly forgettable. It has sucked. So I hope you all watch my video. I hope you subscribe. Not that many people care about me. I'm not stupid. I realize that. Not that many people watch me. But whatever. I still like making videos. Hopefully some people will pay attention eventually. And so just keep watching. The people who subscribe to me, thank you. Just keep watching. I'll post another video eventually because you know how lazy I am.